Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Rex. It's Wednesday. Have you noticed how slowly the weather has been changing recently? We had that 6-day hybrid nor'easter to start the month, and then a high pressure system that caused a freeze in much of the middle of the nation. Took days to go by. It was mostly nice weather. Come on, focus. How slow this barge is coming in. How slow the full moon seems to be passing us by. Okay, I'm just kind of fooling around. How slowly Andrew is moving in his boat this morning. Hi, Andrew. How's the fishing? It's not bad outside. All right, so what's going on with this spot? Well, you see, the couch was here and the table was here, and we're making soil, making grass grow again. We made the soil. That's going to be the subject of and more. Let's do the weather. High pressure system. Seriously though, this was a cold high pressure system that caused a frost and a freeze from Minnesota all the way down to about eastern Kentucky and into New England, ending the growing season for many, but not me. Well, this was a cold high pressure system, but now it's settled off to the mid-Atlantic states and it becomes a warmer high pressure system. So the temperature is going to recover nicely today after starting in the 40s and low 50s. I don't think there's any frost around. What are we at? About the same as yesterday, around 47, going up to about 72. Only made 68 yesterday around Boston. Hartford and Springfield were about 70 or so. And the high pressure system goes offshore and it kind of sits there for a little while. And meanwhile, the air from the North Pole is digging into Ontario right now. And there's a serious front that's going to align from northern Canada all the way to the Gulf of Mexico, where now Tropical Storm Carl, surprise, surprise, has formed. And Carl is expected to kind of do a U-turn and go back into the coast of Mexico as a weakening tropical storm, but it's also delivering a dose of energy to the northern Gulf of Mexico. So the air in New England over the next few days is going to be coming from the Gulf of Mexico and the Bahamas, while the air in the Great Lakes is coming from the North Pole. That's called the high amplitude flow. Severe weather outbreak likely tomorrow in the southeastern United States, though for us it looks just nice today, with the wind slowly increasing from the west and the southwest by late in the day, gusting 15 to 20. So we had a very short time without too much wind. Come on, T-Rex, keep it down. And then the front slows down over New England and takes about 2 days to go by. Thursday into Friday, first rain is in western New England, then eastern New England, and then in Maine on Friday and probably Saturday. Meanwhile, in southern New England, even though the upper level low is stuck over the Great Lakes, we are going to get dry slotted from the southwest for a pretty nice day in parts of New England Saturday before another kind of front forms on the southern end of the trough on Saturday night. And Sunday, some more showers come through. We're beginning to see the cooler air come in at that point. It's much drier air, but not too cool. And then the upper level low, which the GFS had waiting until next Thursday to come through, and the Euro had Tuesday. Looks like now they've both compromised on Tuesday into Wednesday, and it's at that time that we do get cool enough for snow in our mountains. So the rainfall amounts have shifted from a few inches in western New England to now an inch or 3 in eastern New England, and the state of Maine getting 2 to 4 anyway. And so Maine may have some flood issues. Otherwise, we're just going to get a nice dose of water. Watch out, Andrew. Here comes a big tanker. You better get out of the way. Andrew, a big fan, helping me build my website. Much appreciated. You plant things, you plant seeds and hope they grow. That's what I've been doing with this Out the Door Weather and More with TK and T-Rex. And speaking of a garden analogy, we did some time yesterday in the worm farm. So yesterday that was all a big tomato right there. And I pulled out the tomato and I kept the green ones. I'll try and do something with them. But there weren't too many worms in there. They pretty much did their job. They took care and used up all the organic matter that were leaves and grass. So I think that I'm gonna have to find some more leaves and move this grass over. What happens is I'll take this and pile it up over here. When all that stuff is done, the rescue garden, most of the plants lived. And so I'll put that pile over there, and then I'll take that stuff and move it over here and get some leaves and mix it in, and we'll just keep it on going. Worm Farm is doing fine. This is mixed with grass seed. So I'll tell you the whole story of how that and what we did in the yard yesterday afternoon. Rex was helping in the front yard too. And what kind of pollen is coming down in October, all right? So I know it's hard to focus when I'm all over the place like this. And Andrew, tell me how I did today, all right? Tell me how you did. Did you get any fish? Watch out for that wake. Watch out. Watch it. You're gonna be okay. Hide in the shadow of the sailboat. Ride it. Ride it. I know you know you're on video right now, right? T-Rex, you liking this day? Wanna go to the dog park? Marigolds are still doing great. The mums, which I've had for about 4 or 5 years, yet to bloom, but they're gonna be big and beautiful. How warm is it? Steve chose the shade. I have a question about what kind of pollen that we have here in October. Dave Epstein, what kind of pollen do we have? What else? Oh yes, complaint department. I told you I thought I would have some blooming lettuce, and sure, the lettuce is doing all right, but something's chomping at it. You see? I think I'm feeding the rabbits instead of myself. Oh well, fall lettuce isn't really a thing, is it? Never end. T-Rex, if you really want to help, pull out some of this grass instead of digging up the daffodil bulbs. No, we're supposed to be putting these in, not taking them out. A daffodil bulb. Rex, put it back. Put it back where you found it. Bury it. What do you see? Look at your nose. Look at your nose, Rex. It's all covered. Certain people walk by every day and you can hear them coming.
Okay. I got something with my
Peanuts. Hi. Rex says hello.
Hey, Rex. Hey, Rex.
The bees are still here too. Another reason to keep the garden going, right? Feed the bees. Well, the invasives are very colorful, aren't they? I think that might be some kind of clematis or something with the forsythia. Take the soil produced by the worms, mix some grass seed in there, mix it up, and put it on the bad spots of the lawn. One of those bad spots is right where Steve is sitting. Yeah, I know I should have done it in September. Better late than never, though. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Where'd he go? He's gone.